Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Finn here with the Teeing Up Truth team. We got Brett and Miles with us tonight. Brett, take us away with your update, quick update.
Yeah, so last week we teased y'all a little bit. We wanted to wait for Miles to get here. He knows as well, but we had the freakest of freak accidents happen uh, almost a little over 2 weeks ago. I was on the range at Fox Creek, which I unironically DM'd St. Andre Golf when they just posted earlier this week about how nice Legacy Golf Links was for letting them film. And I was like, bro, didn't know you were so close. We should play a complimentary round because I broke my ankle at the driving range there 2 weeks ago.
God,
And so, long story short, we've all done it,
we've
but
not all
I'll
broken our
never.
ankle at
No,
at.
no, we've all done this. You've all not worn golf shoes to the range. We've all slipped when we swung without having golf shoes on. I just happened to slip, and as I went down to brace myself, left foot goes out. You do a little bit of a spin, put your hands behind you. Don't know what happened, but somehow I broke my ankle in that process. It wasn't pretty, wasn't graceful. Full fracture of the fibula right above the ankle. Had to get surgery. No tendons, luckily. So I was just telling the guys, they were asking about recovery before we started, but hopefully I'm in a walking boot here in the next 5-ish days, and 3 months I'll be 100%.
Yeah, I am just still blown away. Every time you tell the story, I can't believe it happened.
Yeah,
At
yeah. I
at
tell people
first,
the person I'm with, the person I was with, the friend I was with, still doesn't believe it to this day. He's
He was
like, I
there.
need, I need to see X-rays. Like, I don't know how it happened.
yeah, at first I thought you meant, like, you fell. I mean, yes, you did fall, but I thought you fell, like, walking down a hill or you
Yeah,
tripped,
with
like,
some
some
momentum or something, not
you
just
meant, like
gravity.
then I realized that you, like, were on the range and you swung and then fell, then I was like, "Oh god."
Yeah, just like was lazy, had saw my shoes, didn't put them on, kept the tennis shoes on, swung like 80, hit like 80 balls or something before that too, because their ball machine like jammed or whatever when my buddy got there. And so they were just handing out buckets for free. So I got another bucket and I was like already through my bucket. I was like, sure, yeah, another bucket of balls. And just wasn't even going to work the driver. Worked my way up, pulled out the driver, teed it up in the grass, slipped. That's all she wrote. And then the
On a
weird,
driver
I
swing.
mean, not like super weird, but um,
This is crazy.
apparently it does happen because my surgeon told me they had another guy, which I think he uses this as his excuse, but he claims he broke his swinging a golf club because his foot slipped and got stuck in a divot. And I'm like,
Divots aren't that big. Have to be a really
Highly
that's what,
big divot.
unlikely.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, maybe that made it while your foot got caught from under you, but I should have prepped us with this clip. You guys have probably all seen it. I had seen it even before I broke my ankle. There's a guy who's like playing winter golf in Canada or something. I don't even know where it is, but
Mhm.
he's on a lake frozen, and they're just like, tag a golf buddy, who would try to hit this shot. And he swings, completely loses his feet, falls out from under him, hits the ice and falls through, completely misses the ball.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
I
seen
think
that.
I think we've all seen it a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to Thomas, and I'm like, I should just tell people this is what happened. But that looked more aggressive than anything I did. It was really just like, I don't know, just a freak accident.
Were you in, like, crazy pain immediately?
No, I knew I heard something pop. Thomas looked over at me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I mean, you won't believe this, but I think I broke something." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "No, seriously." And then I tried to get up, and that was like the only time where it was like 10 out of 10, cuz like I
Mm.
realized when I tried to get up, like, your toe kind of drags before your foot gets under you. I realized my foot was like limp and I couldn't move it.
Mm.
I think that was my body just doing that. But there was so much adrenaline pumping. Don't do this. This was the stupidest thing I did. I knew from previous injuries, while your adrenaline's going, pain's not going to kick in for a bit. So I was like, all right, my wife's at home with the two kids. I'm not going to burden her. I'm just going to drive myself to the ER. So I drove myself with my left foot, only like literally 4 minutes or whatever to the urgent care, but it was a long 4 minutes. And
Dude. Did people on the range, like, near you guys react? They notice,
dude,
or was it so
that
subtle?
was the other thing. Okay, also you guys know Legacy, but like full range. I'm talking like not a free mat. Not a
Yeah,
free
bro, it's
mat.
like 50 people deep. It's
I'm
crazy.
the
Yeah.
only one who stepped up to hit driver. There's a bunch of people hitting driver, but by the time I got there, I'm the only one ahead of the mats too hitting, and I'm just like, oh, I don't even want to be this guy right now because everyone can like see the person who steps in front, to actually tee it up because you can't hit your driver off the mat, or you can. Mine just didn't have the little rubber tee, and nobody said anything, dude. Everyone just kept hitting, and I sat on the ground for probably a good minute or so before I even tried to get up. It was
I probably
it
thought you
was
just, like,
it was
sat there in
eventful.
embarrassment instead of
Oh,
sitting there with broken
I
ankle,
definitely sat
broken
there in
foot.
embarrassment because then we just had to figure out how to do it. And luckily, my buddy Thomas, who listens as well, and he'll listen to this, but he helped me like crutch walk with my 5 iron to my car. And I actually, excuse me, I actually like put pressure kind of on it. Like I didn't really walk on it, but like
Tested it
because
out
I
a
was
little
able
bit.
to do that, I was like, there's no way it's broken.
You might have just been
I'm
like a
just being
bad
a wimp.
sprain or something.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what I figured.
Dude,
But yeah,
this
total
sounds
freak
dumb.
accident.
I'm surprised you were able to drive with your left foot. I don't know.
I've driven with my
Even
left foot now as well too.
That's
Still.
crazy. I haven't tried it since the one day I tried it, like, 10 years ago. I was like, "Let me try to brake with my left foot," and dude, I swear, I slammed on the brakes so hard unintentionally. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah,
not on
that's
purpose."
the good thing about it
I had
is
no feel.
your foot's always on the brake, so you probably won't hit anything because the worst thing you'll do is slam on them.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I
Well,
the
someone could
doctor
run
told
into
me that
you if you slam on the
yeah,
brake.
and well, that's the thing is that's what the doctor told me. He was like, "I'm just gonna be honest, if you have any kind of cast or anything on your right leg," he was like, "even if someone rear ends you, you're probably at fault." He was like, "So you can drive, but that's the
yeah.
risk you're gonna run with it." And I was like, "All right, fair enough." So the only
Knowing
trips
you
I've made have been to like I've made a trip to Chick-fil-A and then I think to
gotta
CVS.
risk it all for Chick-fil-A.
I waited until like I'm pretty much like not in pain because it was a surgery was a little rough. That was the first time I ever had surgery in my life. I've technically broken my nose. Is your nose a bone or cartilage? I think there's a bone in there,
Yeah.
um, but yeah. So when I do it, I guess I do it big for some reason. The only other instance I've ever had from anything breaking was church softball league. So church softball league and swinging a golf club apparently are the most
People
dangerous
always
things
get
in the
hurt
world.
in church softball league, dude.
Hey,
That does seem true.
yeah. Hey, is this the least athletic injury that
It's the least athletic thing I've ever done. That was one of the first texts I sent to Thomas. I was like, when I texted him, I was like, "It's by the way, it's broken," and I was like, "This is the least athletic thing I've ever done." You can laugh.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, you had a great mindset
it's
about the entire thing, though.
it's crazy. Well, I really haven't been in too much pain, which has been nice. And the doctor said it was pretty clean break and everything. So,
Mm.
um, so yeah,
We Josie and I went over to their house last week for dinner, and Brett got up to reenact how he broke his ankle, and Rachel was like, "No, you don't do it." And then they're like, Josie was like, "Steven, you go try to reenact it for him." So I was like, "Wow, watch me like break my ankle in their living room reenacting this thing." But
plot twist, he did.
but yeah,
No,
yeah, I thought it. I also broke
it
my
would have
ankle.
been so bad.
I'm
Uh,
rethinking my spikeless Jordan golf shoes.
no,
I'm scared.
what's funny is so I got to go to 5 Iron Golf, the one in Atlanta. I don't think it's open fully yet, but I left my golf shoes there on accident. I didn't know if you need them. I ended up not putting them on because I was just, it was inside. I was like, oh, well. So I wore my regular shoes, left them there. And then Brett tells us this story about how he broke his ankle because he wasn't wearing golf shoes on the range. And so I was playing, but I didn't have time to drive down to Buckhead and pick up my shoes and then get back to Alpharetta to play at River Pines. So I just went and bought another pair of shoes. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to break my ankle because I'm not like, I don't have time to get my golf shoes and I'm not going to just wear my tennis shoes. So,
It was
Not risking it.
It's such a freak accident.
yeah, absolutely. But
Because you've seen so many people slip swinging a golf club, and it's just like, how did that happen? And like it was, I don't. I almost wish it was on film or something.
Right.
Maybe this is why you should always film at the range, because I can't even remember how it was caught under me
Dude, you
or
would have been on
anything.
Zyre Golf for sure.
Oh yeah, it would have gone for sure viral.
Yeah.
Even though apparently this guy's heard this happen before, but I think that dude was lying about the divot. I think he just did the exact same thing I did.
Yeah. What's funny is that I have the stack system, and in the stack system, like when you're training, your speed training, it tells you to like swing as hard as you can. Like it's like max effort. Like don't like this is more than you would ever swing, harder than you'd ever swing on the course, but like you do it so like, and I'm at like 280 grams at this point, so it's like pretty heavy for the golf club, and I'm sitting out there and I just swing in my backyard as hard as I could. And I didn't do a 360, I did a 540. Like I spun so far around, and then I
Like
hear
a
this
little
knock.
kid.
Yeah, I hear this knock. I almost fell. I actually caught myself, so I didn't fall all the way down on the ground. But I hear this knock on the window coming from my bedroom, because our bedroom out like looks over the backyard, and I just see my wife like knocking on the window and be like, I saw that. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I didn't break my ankle doing that. So
Yeah. I think it's I think it's just I mean, it's the same like when you Happy Gilmore swing, it's almost like that, cuz I
yeah,
feel like whenever I used to fake Happy Gilmore, I knew I would pivot and spin off like my right instep,
yeah.
kind of thing when you're follow through, like almost like walking through your swing, but
How
yeah,
did
I
you
don't know.
do that?
Super
But the
freaky.
Duke can swing a golf club the way that he does.
Oh, we don't know. The Duke might have like 25 plates in those legs, dude, in the arms, everything.
That's
No, I think the Duke is invincible, bro.
Dude,
Can you
that
believe it?
Invincible.
I follow that man since he made an Instagram account, and it's one of the greatest thing Bob second greatest thing Bob ever did than making his YouTube channel was getting that man on Instagram
Can you believe
because
that
it's
Callaway
wonderful.
gave him a new driver?
Yeah,
That's awesome that Callaway did that.
Yeah.
sick.
Callaway is really great with like content creators and everything. I have to give them props. They're super ready to help people once they
Yeah.
like break into the golf game, which is cool to see.
For sure.
So
Callaway
Agreed.
has Good. They have Bob Does Sports. What other influencers does
they
Callaway have?
have hole in one trick shots. Um,
Okay.
Mm,
they have Martin Borkmeyer.
Martin Borgmeyer.
Um, I mean, those are the big ones that I know of right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And TaylorMade has Grant,
Micah,
Micah.
Matt Boucher, Foreplay.
Yep.
Brian
Yeah.
goes by. I
Uh,
should know this because I just watched their John Rahm video, which
uh,
is really good, by the way. And I'm not a big Brian Bros guy, but
well, Wesley plays Tacoma or Tacoma irons.
I think he did on tour, right? He said
Yeah.
it.
No. Yeah. You're right.
I think they played Callaway too because Rom plays Callaway, and they were
Mm,
joking about it because Grant walked up and was like said something about the QI10 or on a drive or something. He was like, "Oh, you guys are all sponsored by Callaway." I think that's what he said.
yeah.
But side plug, that's a channel that I don't normally watch, but I watch it because Rom was on it. The dude did like their intro and their outro. Stud. Like knew their game, watches their videos, just talks about how he loves the game, and all they talked about was how nice he was. He like
John
invited him
Rahm.
out to like, yeah, a sushi dinner that
Mm.
week as well with
Yeah.
him and his wife. Like,
Dude,
it was
I'm
like one of
actually.
the coolest videos I've ever seen worth of Tour Pro, to be
Oh,
honest.
cool.
Yeah. Are you talking about which one, Brett?
Rom just played on Brian Bros channel with
Okay, that's the one.
Horvat,
Okay, got it.
and then Grant did the back nine on his channel.
I started watching that during my lunch break. I've been meaning to watch that video, and I just started it during my lunch break today, and it's so good.
It's
Man,
I'm
it,
like,
it's
I
actually
think I'm only like
so
3
good.
holes in to the
Yeah,
front nine, so
oh,
super early.
I might have to check it
It
out.
Oh, dude,
I
you
really
got
like Rom, so that's definitely why I watched it. But it was just really cool because like I think I commented on it and I was talking about I was like, it's gonna be cool when you see some of these tour pros who we're growing up with when they're kids who for sure are in the YouTube scene,
Oh,
either like go semi YouTube golf and turn pro or just go YouTube golf, and then we see like Rom playing with his son at 50 or something on YouTube. You know what I
mhm.
mean?
yeah,
Like that's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
sick.
yeah, that'd be cool.
It's been really cool seeing more and more professional golfers, like, appear on people's channels.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
I mean,
it's great. Like it's this going back to Callaway and TaylorMade and stuff getting into the game, like they're able to help facilitate these things between the tour pros and the YouTube golfers, and I guess the live pros now too.
Yeah,
So it's just, I mean, it's so cool what these big manufacturers are doing for these smaller. I mean, the content creators are big, but like they're not like professional golfers. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it can be argued that like them sponsoring these influencers will have more impact on sales than like,
oh,
the
I
40, 50, 6-year-old watching, the golf channel.
yeah.
For sure.
Because teenagers, 20-year-olds, us, 30, we're almost 30. I think we're more apt to like actually make a purchase because we are huge fans of like,
Mhm.
I know
You know,
more
or-
specifics about YouTubers clubs too than I
oh yeah,
do. Like, I'm not gonna go and Google like what grind or what 3 wood, 5 wood, 7 wood, whatever certain pros use.
Yeah.
But like you just learn it from watching YouTube videos because you just like they just
what's in the
always
bag.
say their club and their shot or what's in the
Mhm.
bag. Or
Yep.
they just or Callaway hooks them up and they're like, shout out Callaway, shout out whoever it is.
I love watching
Yep.
the fitting videos that they make.
I,
They're
I do
so
too.
they're
I
so
don't know
cool.
why they're so cool, but I love them as well.
Dude,
They're great.
I mean, I'd love to get fit by Trotty Golf at like the
Yeah,
TaylorMade of Kingdom.
his are the best for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
He's a
Dude,
stud.
shout out to Wilson for getting out there
yeah.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wilson's making a huge like
Dude,
splash, in my opinion.
yeah.
Something
Evan
about those fitting
Thompson,
videos, I love them.
Ashton Gollin, Ben Kruper, like, granted, Evan Thompson, he kind of leaked that he's gonna have. You guys see that?
Mm.
Closing the chapter with Wilson Golf, and he's going to announce
Oh,
his big
Mm.
news coming up. He's wearing a TaylorMade hat in one of his stories today, so I think he's going to be Team TaylorMade,
okay.
which is sick.
Nice. Well, I mean, he's playing in a qualifying tournament tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Might be
I
a good
think.
avenue into this next topic.
Yeah, that is good. Because he's playing in the same qualifying tournament as Charlie Woods.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Cognizant Classic.
Is that the tournament they're trying to qualify for, or is that the qualifier that they're playing?
So this is the pre-qualifier.
Okay.
So this is the pre-qualifier for the Cognizant Classic. Used to be the Honda Classic.
Okay.
Top 25 make it to the actual Monday qualifier, and then the top 4 from the Monday qualifier actually play in the PGA Tour event.
Oh, it's only 4. I thought it was like 8 or something.
Dang.
Yeah. So
he has to finish top 25 tomorrow to play
Monday.
and then he has to
The
finish
tournament
top.
starts next Thursday.
And then
Yeah.
top 4 out of the 25.
Dang.
And
Yeah,
that
it's
is,
intense, bro.
are those just 18 and then 18? I'm
Um,
assuming they are probably.
so you're talking about how many rounds is it?
Yeah. How many
Dude,
rounds is the prequal?
Let me see if I can.
I had it looked up a sec. Oh, here it is. The pre-qualifier is
I would think the prequel has to just be
it's at a
18.
golf course called Lost Lake Golf Club,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how to pronounce this. Hobe, Hobe Sound. There's no way it's pronounced Hobe. Hobe Sound, Florida.
Something like that.
Tees off 7:39 a.m. literally tomorrow morning.
Charlie Woods. Oh yeah.
It is. Dude, it was right here.
Charlie's what? Like, so Charlie's 16?
15.
He just turned 15.
Just turned 15.
Oh, dude, I think it's just one round.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually no. Yeah, I should have known that. This is one round, and Monday qualifiers are just one round as well.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Because the tournament's
You
Thursday,
just gotta
and then
hope you're
practice
good on
rounds.
those days.
Practice
Yeah.
rounds are Tuesday, Wednesday. So
That's crazy.
That's
crazy they'll
insane.
play practice rounds. I mean, I get why. It seems like everyone I've seen on YouTube golf, from Corn Ferry guys to whatever, they all seem to act and talk like it's qualifying for tour events now is like harder than ever before.
That's what
And
I'm
it's
pretty
just like,
sure.
you just have to hope
Oh.
you're on your game.
Yeah, Evan Thompson talked about that in one of his Instagram posts. He's like, dude,
Yeah.
I think he said that college golfers play harder courses and harder schedules than PGA Tour professionals nowadays, and so like the competition is just ridiculous.
Dude,
Yeah.
you got to shoot like 67 or better to even think about
Yeah.
qualifying.
Well, that's what was crazy was Evan was talking about. I think it was him. He talked about when he was trying to qualify for the waste management,
Yeah.
and he said like it required like 6 or 7 under or something to get through, and like the leader after day one was 8 under. I was like, bro, you would have been in second place in the freaking tournament after day one.
Yeah.
Not saying you would have won, but like that's nuts. That's nuts
Yeah.
that your qualifying has to be almost as good as the best player that next day.
Yeah. Monday qualifiers though are at a different golf course, so it's a little different, but
Oh, okay,
still no, yeah.
fair. It's still
Um,
it's crazy to me how tough that. I mean, I think FP they hinted. I haven't watched their podcast, but I saw that he was talking about how like this event that they also have coming up, same kind of thing. It's like you just have to hope you're on your game that day.
Yeah.
Like
Myrtle Beach,
I don't know what Charlie Woods can
let's
shoot, but
talk
I'm
about
sure
that.
he can shoot in the 60s. But like I don't know what that's going to take for those guys. You know?
Yeah. You guys want to talk about the um, Myrtle Beach professional qualifier?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the people that are in this. Um, and we said it's only one, the number one person
Mm-hmm.
gets a chance to actually play the pre-qualifier or actually play the Monday qualifier.
Yeah.
Um,
16 player field. That's it.
hold
That's
on,
like not a lot.
someone remind me. Does the- does number one play automatically in the tournament, or
Yeah.
do they get?
The winner will receive a spot in the inaugural Myrtle Beach Classic, contested at the
Yeah.
Dunes Golf and Beach Club on May 6th
By the
through
way,
12th.
Dude, I have played the Dunes Golf and Beach Club.
Oh,
I
is it
have a
nice?
poker chip from there, and it's sick.
Nice.
It's cool that they're playing that course, but
It's gonna be a $4 million purse too.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not saying they're gonna win,
well,
but like,
I think they're all amateurs, so I don't know. Like,
will they get? I guess they
yeah,
would be. Can't you
they
declare
do.
non as an amateur before you play in it?
Yeah, no. I don't think they're. I'm curious. I don't think they'd be classified as an amateur.
oh, really?
I don't think
If
they
they
would be either.
qualify, okay, they have to qualify. Say Grant or say George Bryan makes it in, right?
Yeah.
Well, then he plays a tournament. You have to make the cut first.
True.
If he
Yeah,
makes the
for
cut,
sure.
Yeah.
then it's guaranteed money.
Yeah, as long as they're not an amateur, but I don't think they would be.
Well,
No, I don't
actually,
think
I was
so.
thinking about that recently because all these guys, they're technically like you could consider them professional golfers, like because
Yeah, they
technically
play golf and make
they are
money.
right. They're making money playing golf. I saw this
Yeah.
this Instagram post one time. It was like something stupid. It was funny. He's like, if I take PTO, paid time off from my job and go play golf, does that mean I'm getting paid to play golf and I am a professional golfer? And I was like, huh, that's a big brain thought process right there. Um,
Yeah.
I got paid to do a lot of sports when I was in ministry, dude.
oh
I
yeah,
was
you
a
did.
professional dodgeball player, everything.
There you go. But yeah, so these guys
Um,
they're playing like do you think they have PGA cards in the sense of like that like a club pro does? Not like a PGA Tour card, but like they are associates
no,
or PGA pros.
I'm just
no, I don't think so. I think they just picked 16, like, influencers slash
good
people in the
players.
golf world
Yeah.
Yeah.
that have they have no type of status. I mean, I take that back. George Bryan, though. Oh no. George, he Monday qualified into that tour event
Hmm.
a
Yeah,
few weeks ago.
he played in the Bermuda Championship and he made the
Yeah,
cut.
he Monday qualified for that, and he made the cut, which is sick. Okay, so we got Grant. I'm just gonna name off the people that we would know: Grant Horvat,
Mhm.
Peter Finch, Micah Morris, Luke Kwan,
Mhm.
FP,
Mhm.
Busta Jack, Dan Rappaport, George Bryan.
Michael Morris.
Um, did I skip him? My bad,
Yeah.
Micah.
No, I think you said them.
Oh, I didn't.
Homie. My bad, Micah.
And then
You're a
Busta,
homie,
Um,
you
one of the
know,
Busta
Micah?
Jack guys.
I said the homie, Gotta put some respect on his name. I like Micah.
I reading through some of this list. My list has like a little description on them. Some of these dudes are pretty qualified though.
Yeah.
Like this Matt Atkins guy has 20 out of his 25 PGA Tour starts, which I think is counting his Corn Ferry Tour. But he's won the 2017 Mexico Championship and tied for 38 at the RSM Classic November 2023. Like, and there's
That's pretty dang good.
another
Yeah.
dude that has 39 starts on the Corn Ferry Tour, 3 top 10s. Like, but the thing is like this is just cool because you think of like Blocky's story and like how cool would it be for some of these guys who never made it? I don't know. Didn't Grant kind of hint at maybe trying to do something professional or like more professionally based? But some of these people like FP, right? Like a dude who's I don't know how old FP is. I'm guessing he's mid to late 30s. I have no idea. It's hard to gauge on UFP, but probably someone who's given up on professional golf. What if he's the next block story? Like
He just
instead of
fires a
Michael Block,
65 that day and just goes
right? Like,
crazy.
and then just like you know what I mean? Like it would just be so cool. I think. Let alone like if any of the main YouTube guys, which maybe these other dudes have YouTube. No disrespect if you do, but I mean the fans will be going crazy for Grant or Wes or anyone out there or George. Sorry, not Wes, but like any of them out there.
Who's y'all's guess? I'm just gonna go ahead and guess. I mean, I would absolutely love to see Grant have a career day and shoot like a 67, 66 and make it. But I think that
Mm.
I mean, obviously wish I
I think
love
it's
Luke
gonna be
Kwan
one of these
too,
other
but
dudes, but
I just feel like George Bryan's just so freaking good.
Dude, I've been watching a lot of Luke Kwan. Like, I haven't had a ton of time to watch YouTube videos recently. I've been like so busy. But when I get a chance, I've watched Luke's videos and some of his stuff he's posting on Instagram, and he seems a lot more confident in his golf game than he has recently. He's been posting things about he's like, man, I haven't seen depth in my swing since I was playing PGA China
Mm.
and things like that. So like he might be feeling it, you know? Like
Would love to
uh
see that.
he also has experience too.
right.
I think that's a big thing. Like this is going to be pretty nerve wracking. I think for some of the people who haven't done it, I think that's another advantage
Mhm.
to George being out there.
Yeah,
But anybody who has that, like, I don't know about Rappaport, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any kind of experience like
right.
this.
Yeah.
Like I
Can't
don't know.
wait, dude.
I don't know how much Grant does. I think I've seen a picture though before of Grant that says like my first professional scorecard or something
He's
that he
played
did
in
at a
like mini
qualifier.
tournaments and stuff, like
Right.
a mini tour
And
tournaments or whatever. So,
but I think those guys who have experience will be able to handle a little bit more when you're actually low at the turn, like say
yeah.
you're 3 under or 4 under at the turn. I think some of these other people might
Yeah,
be a little like scared where Luke would probably be like, I should be 5 under. You know what I mean?
right.
Dude,
I
I
don't
hate how we have to wait until April
I
23rd.
know, I'm excited for this.
The Masters will happen before this happens.
This is cool though. But this is another cool thing, just like the Desert Open, where
Yeah.
we're gonna get more of the Desert Opens, but this is another cool thing for it's not all YouTube. Maybe it is all YouTubers, but for YouTubers to be like, dude, I could make a tour event even if this only happens once a year at this Myrtle Beach thing.
Mhm.
Like that would be so cool to get summoned up for
Yeah.
that.
Shout out to the tour, honestly, for like
Yeah, I think they're
it
just
being
trying
a
to
thing.
attract more viewers.
Yeah,
Dude,
I will
dude,
watch if FP or someone I know
Yeah.
is in that
I'm
for
telling
sure.
you, bro. The demographic that YouTube golfers pull
Mhm.
are just such a strong demographic as far as like actually care, actually would like put their money into something because their favorite YouTube golfer
Yeah.
does things like, dude, just the commercials for the Desert Open.
Yeah.
I've never felt so inclined to actually want to buy one of those things because it was good goods commercials.
Right.
Yeah.
They made them, they produced them themselves, like all that stuff for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
they're
awesome that they
letting
do it.
sorry, I don't know if you guys read this. I just read it. They're letting them film it.
It says it's going
Yeah,
to go up on YouTube, but it's
I
close
said
to the public.
yeah, I see it's closed to the public, and then a 90-minute video will be released by Play Myrtle Golf's YouTube page on April 23rd.
Yeah.
Sick.
Sorry, 1 second.
And if they're letting all the individual people film it, they'll have it on their own channels too,
Oh.
which
Yeah,
would be
and
cool.
it says, and the creators will post content on their respective channels documenting their experience of a one of a kind qualifying tournament.
Bro, if they
So
have
smart to do that.
dude, I would I mean, I'm sure they're gonna have caddies. Imagine FP has Bob on the bag or
That'd be
like
hilarious.
I think he
Cold
said he's
Cuts on
gonna
the
have Bob
bag.
on the bag. On his Ask Me Anything on his story, they're like, "Who's going on the bag?" And he was like, "None other than
And
New Jersey finest,
Bobby
adopted by
Burger.
New York Prince." Yeah.
Dude,
Did you guys
gosh,
read this?
bro.
Also, it says all professional and amateur competitors. So there are professional and amateurs. So if an amateur wins, will they be able to accept the money? No. But they have to meet the PGA Tour regulations for sponsor exemptions. So they have to have a USGA handicap of 0.0 or better. So they have to be
Yeah.
scratch at least.
Dang.
So
Dang. I wonder how many of these I wonder if everybody here like keeps a like legit PGA handicap.
Again,
Probably
you
so.
gotta have
All
a
these guys play so much golf.
yeah, you gotta have a
But
good.
like, but also I've heard people, but I'm pretty sure I've heard Luke. Now I think it was like a year ago talk about. He's like, you don't hear people at like my level talk about handicap because we just don't care anymore. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, but I'm like,
Yeah, but I
don't
think it
you
might be like
log it somewhere?
it's probably well documented that
Right, I'm
he
sure.
plays above, you know,
Oh yeah, no question.
like a plus. I don't know. I was looking up FP's age, and according to uh famousbirthdays.com, a very credible source, he's 45. Um,
What?
yeah,
Wait, no way.
says he was born
There's
in
no
it says he was
way.
born in 1978.
He played
There's
college
no
golf.
shot.
Can't we look it up?
Probably.
There's no
But
way that
while
he's
I was looking it
45.
up, I kind of tuned out on your conversation. Did you guys talk about Jay Card III, who's playing?
No.
Dude, it says that he played
Uh-uh.
at High Point University, which is a cool school. 39 starts in the Corn Ferry
Oh,
Tour and has
there's
3
3
top
top 10s.
10s. So
Yeah.
like that's a legit he's a baller.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, there's some really good competition out there.
Yeah.
so okay,
Wow.
we might need to do more
I think
investigation.
there's some good players here. But again, I mean,
Uh,
I'm guessing
yeah.
with a chance like this, dude, these guys are playing all the time, practicing. Like some of these people, Luke I think cares, so he'll grind it. Um, but I wonder how much like, you know, I feel like some of these people, I don't know if they're big YouTube people. I know I keep saying it, but like
Yeah,
I
no.
wonder if
Some of
someone
them I
like
think are
Jay
just like,
Card is like chomping at the bits. He's like, dude, this is my break, and he's grinding it like crazy hard, you
Right.
know?
Right.
some of them are just like Corn Ferry guys or like other
Yeah.
tour kind of guys.
Like FP is
Uh,
gonna be fine if he doesn't make this qualifier. You know, Horvat's gonna be fine. Like they got like well established, great YouTube channels, can do it for another long time.
yeah,
Some of the other people I don't know.
I'm still mind blown that FP could possibly be 45.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Have you seen his stories past couple of days? He's posted old pics of himself.
Oh yeah. In his college days.
It looks so different.
Yeah. I mean he always jokes about it.
He cannot I mean,
He's like,
he cannot have
I'm
been
a
called FP
little
back
bit
then.
bigger every day. Yeah. I think they I want to say I've heard them talk about the story from their names, and I want to say the FP thing was like for sure Bob and Joey coming up with it when they brought him on the channel.
No, I heard that it was like because they used to have happy hours. So that's I heard him
Yep.
talking about it. They had happy hours on like a Zoom channel during COVID or whatever. And
It was their Patreon. It
oh
was,
yeah,
Bob's Patreon.
yeah, and he was a Patreon subscriber and he joined the happy hours and he didn't want people to know his real name, so he called himself Fat Perez and like
Oh, I
Uh,
think you're right.
in the Zoom channels. Um, and they laughed. He's like, this guy's crushing beers in his office, like
Cubicle.
yeah, in his cute yeah. And so
I love it.
I know,
Can you imagine, bro? They noticed him on the Patreon happy hour,
yeah.
and then they invited him out to a round because he caught their eye and was like, "Cool."
They were playing
And
somewhere
now he's
close to him, and
FP
he showed up.
in Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he came and was like, "Would you guys want to play with me or something? Like, would you be down to meet up if me and the Mrs. Fat Perez showed up too?" So yeah, which is
All you
crazy.
gotta do, man, is shoot your shot, and one day, if it's supposed to work out, it'll work out.
Maybe Evan Thompson will reply to one of my Instagram messages, one of the 5 million I've sent him.
You'll pull the bubby, he'll film with you, and you'll hole out from like 160, something like
I
that. And
want
he'll
to
be like, dude,
see.
this is incredible content.
I mean, he's local. We live all of us live
Dude,
so close to like where he plays all the time. I really wonder. I bet he could make a Instagram or a YouTube series of him like getting me to scratch, and it would probably take off. Like, like
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, the guy has not enough time to get you to scratch because
yeah,
he's trying to make it to the tour.
yeah, right. But
Be a lot of lessons. No, but
Dude,
still, playing with like local followers would be cool.
mm-hmm.
all right, I'm gonna
Um,
take you on another side note. Because clearly I've had more time than you guys to watch some YouTube golf. Definitely watch the George Bryan and Grant videos with Rombo. They're
Okay.
great. He's also just like it. It's there's something about, and I wish the PGA Tour would watch YouTube videos and realize miking up players would be so great. Because
So
when you get
sick.
to have him tell you his shot and then he goes out and hits it and you just get to see this ball flight and you're like, and you
Yeah, Liv
watch
did it.
3 other dudes who won on tour and they're all just jaw drop like, bro,
Liv,
how is he doing this?
yeah.
It's so sick.
So
Yeah, I guess Live now, but
all they have to do is just put a mic on them.
it's
It's not
so
We
hard.
don't need them. We don't need them to look at the camera and be like, "All right, guys, I'm hitting a 7
I
iron,"
don't
like
need
they do in
that.
YouTube
It's
videos.
literally it's just like something like this, and
Put a
the
mic on
even-
range
them.
is so
even-
far.
Dude, just mic up the caddy if you have to, and just go
That's what I'm
live
saying.
when you're getting ready to hit your shot. Like, that's all I
Exactly.
need.
Just turn the mic on whenever you're like whenever the camera's on them, and you can hear the conversation. Like, it'd be so sick. There's got to be a good reason why they haven't yet. I don't know.
I don't know. That was just that's a hot topic that bothers me that I wish they do. But besides going off on my tangent, Riggs just started. I think it's a new series. It's episode 1.
Yeah.
Did you see the thumbnail for it?
Yeah.
I watched it today.
Was it good?
And it's just absolutely brilliant. It's everything I've ever wanted. It's basically him just taking absolute talkers and putting their money where their mouth is, flying them out, paying for them to fly out, paying for them for their accommodations, everything, the works. Barstool's covering everything. 1v1 me. You say you're so good. And they even gave the dude a little like synopsis. It was like 37 DMs, 25 hateful comments.
That's
And they were like
hilarious.
8.9 handicap, plays out of blah, blah, blah. And it's a great match. Riggs hits an insane shot on hole 2. But it's
Is that when
just
he
like,
holds out from the fairway bunker?
yeah. Yeah. So you saw that clip?
I saw the
It's
clip. I haven't seen the video.
It's an incredible shot, but it's so good because he's just like, I have everything to lose here. That I'm supposed to be 4 shots handicap better than this guy.
Yeah.
And if I lose to him, then yeah, all the talkers are right. And if not, then I guess I just have to keep playing people. And I'm like, dude,
Riggs,
what a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't talk smack. I'm so bad at golf, and even when I get good, I probably won't. But Riggs, his swing is so ugly. Like,
yeah,
it's rough,
and
like, that's why he gets those comments.
He does not look like he's a 4 handicap.
Yeah,
and like the videos that I watch,
I don't believe it.
Right, and so I mean, that's
but
why,
the dude had like 92 rounds last year logged on his GIN.
Yeah,
that's not his scramble rounds.
Yeah,
so the dude plays a ton of golf.
I mean, he's a very successful golf podcast, so I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to play that many
I'm pulling
rounds.
up his Instagram right now.
But it's just like, it's so smart because all it did was, one, it made me have to comment. So I for sure commented. But all it's going to do is encourage all of this engagement because people are like, wait, I've already DM'd Riggs like 15 times.
Yeah, now more people are just going to talk more
hate
smack.
on me. Exactly. I'm like, this is the smartest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Wow.
And the fact that they have like the funds and they're investing to do it, I'm sure me and Rachel were talking about, I was like, okay, this guy clearly wasn't the only one they vetted. I'm sure they had multiple people, but the stalkers don't care. They're like, oh, he picked me. They don't realize they did this to like 20 people and you probably were the best one they thought would be on camera because you got to be like taking a little bit of a risk if they're good on camera or not. For sure.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to. I want to watch the video, but I also want to know right now who wins. But I don't want to leak it for anybody that's listening to this. So you can just shake your head. Does Riggs win?
I'll tell you off air. Off air. Off the pod.
That's true. That's true. Probably should wrap it up. It's been however long.
Yeah, I got one last thing I want to bring up. I've been working on my swing a little bit. I cannot hit my driver still, but my irons are getting like a lot better. I have figured out a weight shift thing that's helping me actually compress the ball. And today I did something. I was practicing in my driveway, and I did something I don't do very often. I have a little routine that I'm trying to do before every shot. But when I got over the ball and I was ready to swing, I just swung. I stopped thinking, and I'm gonna go with that from now. I'm gonna try to go with that from now on, because so often I just sit over the ball and I try to think through all the things I'm working on, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. So I'm gonna see how that works out. I have a lesson on Friday to try to get my driver in.
That's my golf.
Yeah,
that's why I'm trying to figure out this year if I've plateaued at a level that I need lessons for, or if
Mhm.
I should just keep doing the, hey, just stand over the ball and let your athleticism take over.
Yeah.
Miles is playing 90 holes of golf this weekend. So
Yeah,
I am
nuts.
so pumped, dude.
you're playing 36 Friday, 36 Saturday, and 18 on
Yeah.
Sunday.
It's actually a very like, I don't want to say once in a lifetime because I hope it happens again.
Mhm.
But one of my best friends from college, we were college teammates. He is in residency and happens to have off this week. He has off 2 weeks a year, and this is one of the weeks.
Mhm.
So me and my buddy Mike, you guys may have met.
I've
Brett, you've
not
met
I know,
met
Mike.
Mike.
I know.
I've heard about
Yeah.
Mike, but I've not met Mike.
Yeah. So we're going over to Savannah. We leave tomorrow after work. 36 Friday in Savannah, 36 Saturday in 2 courses in Hilton Head, and then 18 Sunday morning.
Wow.
And then we're out. But we're gonna have to figure out like what we want to, like how we're gonna do this as far as matches go. What the format's gonna be. We looked at Harbor Town. Steven, bro, it was so expensive. We were like, yeah, no. I can't remember how much it was to play at
Dude,
Harbor
if you're
Town. I think it
doing
was like,
90 holes in 3 days, I mean, just go big.
Right.
Send it.
I gotta work out with my father-in-law about trying to get us down to Sea Island or something this summer
Oof.
to play one of those courses, Plantation or Seaside.
yeah.
Hopefully I'm a little better by then. So,
Thomas is going down there to get fit
Dude,
soon.
oh
He
heck yeah.
it got canceled in December, and he's pumped. And I'm like, oh,
Dude,
I'm
one
like
thing
excited for him.
dang. Even one thing I'll say about you is I respect your how hard you are on yourself and your like actual score.
Oh yeah.
I don't there's not many people that are like as put every single thing out, take every single penalty stroke. Like no one really does that except you. I 100% respect it. Like whatever your handicap is, that is like the truest handicap
It's like a
anyone probably
24.6 right
has.
now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because like I don't know. Don't you hate it when you play with those people? Like
oh, it makes me so mad.
my brother was always those people who would take like four breakfast balls over the first 6 holes. But my dad also did it as well. And like I grew up doing it, and then when I started to keep my own, I was like, but I don't really know how good I am at golf if I just take 3 OB shots off the table.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly, yeah.
that's a huge difference.
Yeah. I know me and my buddies, one of these rounds, we're gonna have to be like, yo, tournament style straight up, like
Yeah, yeah.
go play.
Yeah,
Go
for
give me.
sure. You need to log these on 18 birdies so we can live through you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that way we get
I'll
to see the
follow
live
hole by
updates. It's a
hole.
little bit, yeah, it's a little more fun. Yeah,
All right.
because then we
Cool.
can be like, "Yo, what an eagle!"
All I can say is my friends have been practicing hard, and I've probably practiced the least, but put the least amount of prep into this weekend just because I've been so busy. So
That's
we'll
hard to
see.
believe. You have like 100 rounds already in 2024.
0 shot. I think I have like 5. I probably have. Oh wait, it's February. I have like 2 rounds or maybe 3. Bad. It's real
Fair,
bad.
fair.
All
It'll
right.
be fun, nevertheless.
Yeah,
All right, boys. I'll let you all know.
we're excited to hear about it. It'll definitely be a topic for the next podcast.
Yep.
So today is February 21st. This should be dropping on Monday the 19th. No, sorry, that's backwards in time. It's hard to count. The
7
26th.
minus 2. Yeah.
26. So,
Cool.
yep. All right. Well, we love y'all. Thank you for listening. If you are still listening, we appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Send to a friend. If there's a clip that you liked or laughed at, clip it, send it to us, and we'll try to turn it into an Instagram reel. I haven't had as much time to do that, but I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things so we can advertise this a little more. But yeah, we love you. Let us know what you thought of the episode, and have a great week. All right. Peace out from us.
See you guys.
You guys.